I'm here at the Masonic Lodge in Boise, Idaho. I just met my good friend and Masonic Brother Daniel Gardiner. He's going to give me a tour of the Masonic Lodge. This is the Masonic Temple here in Boise. He said this building was built about 1906, and it's really spectacular. I'm going to take you through the doors. Whoop, not that one. Look at the size of these big old doors. They're awesome. Then, of course, we have the welcome mat. There's a familiar sign. There's the Masonic Temple calendar for this month. And then notice this flight of stairs. No, it's not a flight of winding stairs. However, I'm going to count them off for you when I climb them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's your first clue. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 steps to come up into the temple. And there is one of our favorites, George Washington. There's the honor roll. Idaho Lodge number 1. We're back over here somewhere. Daniel will be joining me shortly. This is the Blue Lodge room, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at all those columns all the way around the room here. It's absolutely gigantic. I have to show you this. There's the senior warden's seat in the west. Let me show you this, though, as I pull my legs and my tripod down. Look at the size of these pillars. Jacob and Boaz. I mean, these are pillars. I don't think our pillars are near this big, but I can't even hardly reach up to the chapter on this one. And then you have the globes up on top of them. Those are some awesome pillars, man. This room is gigantic. I'll bet it's climbing the I'll bet from the senior warden's chair over there in the east to the master's chair over there. And the wonderful G. Boy, that's a beautiful G in the east above the worshipful master. But I'll bet that's 100 feet across. I'm gonna pace it off. About 60 feet across anyway. This lodge room is probably 3 times larger than ours in Idaho Falls. This is fantastic. Dan's going to take me around and tell me a little bit about the woodwork. And I mean, the ceilings are 20, 30 feet high. They built this, I believe, in 1906 is what Dan was telling me. And it's just that real detailed, excellent. He said this was lattice work. Lattice, and he said you don't find talent like that anymore. That's all handcrafted, and it's absolutely all the way around the lodge room. That's some fantastic work. Then they have all kinds of lights that they can dim and lower, and it's really a beautiful blue room lodge, and the color is right, and the altar's right there in the middle with the 3 great lights. It's pretty spectacular. This is an awesome lodge room. It's so big it almost echoes. And there's Dan Gardiner, a real good internet friend and Facebook friend, Dan Gardiner. We're here talking. We're in the red room. This is where we're going to do the York Rite tomorrow. A lot smaller than the blue room, but it's sure beautiful.
Hey, can you delete that? I just said a bad word, okay? Okay.
Oh, I'll edit that for a small fee.
I'd appreciate it.
I was gabbing and blabbing, so it probably overwrote it. Oops.
I'm like, Mark, can I be in a bad
Anyway, this is the worshipful master's place. There's the G and the holiness to the Lord with the capstone. There's the keystone right there.
Because you always know there's
That's awesome. This is the Red Room here in Boise. There's Brother Tim. You can tell why they call it the Red Room, right?
No, really? That was pretty good. Hey, you can come over to my house and give me some encouragement for all the stuff I'm up there, you know? I like that.
Come over here and I'll give you a shot of the Red Room.
So bad. I was kind of teasing, but I was, you know.
Yeah, no, it happens. I think he understands, though. He's a really good guy.
Is one of our historic Masonic aprons.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, tell you to wear that apron there.
You have the all-seeing eye and
we're going to
compasses. Whose apron is that?
Well, it should have his name on here, and it was Lindley, actually, yeah. Bernard F. Lindley, and he was so beloved by his brothers here in Capital City 93 that as a tribute to him, they stuck his apron up on the wall here, and they wanted like some sort of memorial. You'll notice there's nothing else anywhere else in the room here except for his apron. So that kind
walls are bare.
A mark of esteem and affection by his brothers. So that was his personal apron.
That is a spectacular tribute. Look at that beautiful apron. And then here's the columns here. Our columns are about this size, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I lied. Ours aren't that small, but
What do you call that?
those are still what? 7 foot?
Probably.
Up to the top of the palmers or balls or globes.
Yeah.
Ah.
6 foot. 7 foot.
7 foot. All right, that'll work.
6 foot 8.
All right, I'm gonna steal Dan for a minute. I want him to explain some of that blue room architecture.
I can come back and watch you guys, do your thing. You've got this thing down.
I'll be just a minute. I won't take
Take
the
your time.
Sure, yeah. Just a crappy ranch house. There's the museum's terrible. There's not a lot there. It's sad, actually. This is a million times better than the Grand Lodge.
I'm videoing this,
yes,
don't you?
That's fine. If it was
for
up
a
to
small
me,
fee, I'll edit this.
Yeah, the library's terrible. It's under represented with modern.
I have
use.
heard that. So.
Yeah, it is. In fact, most of it belongs to the Lodge of Research, 1965. So, what would you like to know about this?
Well, the one thing that just strikes me about this beautiful Blue Room Lodge, all the columns all the way around. Is there a numerical significance, or are those just there to? How many columns are there?
I'll tell you the truth, I don't know, because they weren't built with that in mind in here, because you can actually see going above the mezzanine, there's tips of them over on that side too. So they didn't include that. This isn't even, some lodge rooms are done with like a golden mean proportion. This one isn't. But the ceilings are at least 26 feet high.
Yeah, they're huge up there, aren't they?
This isn't the actual real ceiling either. Above that is the actual ceiling, which is about a little bit taller than myself. And there's steel girders going across here that look like those railroad trestle trusses, like when you're going across a bridge.
Wow.
That whole thing looks just like that.
So this building's pretty solid.
They over-engineered everything in this building except for the back wall, because they were intending to have another section added on. They never did. So the back wall is weak, but the rest of this could withstand everything the city has to offer. So
awesome. And over here, you were telling me about the master's panel seat in the east. Look at that beautiful woodwork.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. That G's the old one from the 20s back there. This Eastern Star one right here, what they used to do, you can kind of see a hook here, but they had 2 hooks that would hang over it, and when the Eastern Star would meet, they would put the Eastern Star directly in front of the G, and none of the rest of these symbols were added until maybe 2006. So the Gaudy Daughters of the Nile symbol, don't get mad at me for that, but geez, wow, that thing's huge. And then the rest of these were added there because the custodian at the time had a really bad back, and it was difficult for him to continue to scale up and down and every time the body would meet. So the Idaho flag was only added a year ago or so because the Secretary of of Oriental Number 60 had one and donated it. So that's not always been
that's
here.
nice. That's pretty good intensive woodwork, though, isn't it?
It is, and actually not all of it's solid, believe it or not. There's paneling, and then there's some of it's more solid than others. Like that up there is a solid mantelpiece, but then some of this is not.
Wow.
And, yeah.